You know, if there was an award for Best Actor among swindlers and crooks, they would all have lots of prizes and trophies. Sometimes, even the most common situations can be thoroughly planned by scammers so that you will have no idea that it's all fake. Here are some of the newest tricks that crooks use in big cities. Remember that forewarned is forearmed, and it's always better to be aware of all the dangers that may wait for you in the street. What's more, a bit later in the video, you'll find an amazing trick that will be able to protect you from any criminal. So let's get started. Dream job. Many people would probably like to get a dream job and move to another country. You post your CV on a foreign website and wait for a miracle. And you might really receive a call or a letter where a manager tells you that your CV is great, you've got this job, and your salary will be even higher than you have expected. What's more, they promise that the company will help you get your visa and they will provide you with an apartment for free. Wow! You may even receive an agreement and a link to the company's website. But you'll also be asked to pay additional expenses related to your relocation to another country. Or you'll have to buy job-related tutorials that will be supposedly paid back on your first paycheck. Of course, you're ready to spend a few $100s to achieve your dream. You might even get your visa. But when you arrive at the country of your potential employment, you realize that the company you've been planning to work for doesn't exist. Or even worse, that it exists but no one there has ever heard of you. However, there can be something even more dangerous than losing several $100s or wasting money on a visa and airplane tickets. The thing is that such scammers can be after your personal information. They may even demand from you your social security number, bank account information, or even credit card information. That's what happened to an Australian man who had applied for a vacancy on a website. The email he got in reply and the application form were so convincing that he sent his passport copy, tax file number, and a copy of his driver's license without hesitation. After that, the employers just disappeared. Man, you gotta be super cautious if someone asks you for your personal information. This can be one of the worst forms of scams, an identity theft. What to do? Well, remember that even a perfect CV doesn't guarantee anything. First of all, you have to successfully pass several job interviews and prove you are suitable for the job. And secondly, remember that no one can make you pay for anything in advance or demand your personal information. Always check out information about companies as well as their contact details. And the bad news is, hey, this isn't the only new scheme criminals use to trick their potential victims nowadays. Would you fall for the following scams? Dropped money. A boy comes up to you in the street and says that you've dropped your money. You're confused, but suppose that this may be true. You take the money, thank the boy, and go away. Suddenly, his parents come up to you and claim that you've stolen the boy's money when he just wanted to make change. You're shocked, and the parents ask you to give the money back and compensate moral damage. This scheme first appeared in 2012, but people report increasingly more cases with every passing year. What to do? Well, keep in mind that there's just a tiny chance that someone will give you the money that you just dropped. But if this situation happens, first, you should check whether your money's actually gone. Never take money or other items, a wallet or a ring, if they're not yours. If this type of thing has still happened to you, go to any public place with security cameras and call the police. Purchases stolen from under your nose. And we're not talking about nose rings here. Scam Detector website responsible for exposing more than 1,000 frauds warns about another scam. Imagine that you've just bought a TV, and now you're on your way to the car. A security guard stops you near the exit to check your stuff and the receipt. Suddenly, a sales associate comes up to you, saying that they've sold you a damaged TV by mistake. They ask you to come to the warehouse and get a new one while the security guard watches your purchase. You follow the associate, but suddenly they disappear, and so does the security guard with your belongings. Wow! What to do? Check the items you want to buy before you take them away, and never leave your purchases with strangers. It's recommended to take your friends with you if you're going to buy an expensive item. Lottery victory. The Federal Trade Commission informs people, especially U.S. citizens, about a scam based on winning in a lottery. You're offered a free lottery ticket in a store. You scratch it and realize that you're a winner. Whee! To get your prize, you have to call a phone number provided on the ticket. You call the number, wait a few minutes on the line, and say the confirmation number found on your winning ticket and your personal data. An operator says they'll call you when the prize is ready. But you never get a prize, and you never receive the money that you spent calling that premium line back. What's more, a bit later, you find out that these 4 minutes on the phone call, that's an average duration, have cost you a fortune. In addition, in most cases, criminals sell your information to telemarketers. So, what do? Don't take free lottery cards. If you decide to take one and you win, check the information about this lottery on the internet before calling. In particular, don't trust those lottery scratch tickets that ask you to call a number that starts with 1-888. How about the hungry ATM? You probably know that scammers use special devices that can read your card number. At the same time, a tiny camera records your PIN. After that, criminals have no problems with using this information to empty your account. But you have to be even more careful nowadays. Robbers have started putting a piece of tape in the card slot, and cards get stuck in there. You think that the ATM is broken, but in fact, crooks just take your card and walk away while you're calling the bank to inform them about this problem. Many ATMs in Asia, for example, have warnings on their screens suggesting that you should first check the card slot to make sure there's nothing out of the ordinary there. What to do? It's better to withdraw cash at a bank where people work. You can even ask the bank cashier to help you. If you withdraw money at a standalone ATM, you should check the card slot and the keypad. If an ATM has eaten your card, don't leave. Call the bank via the hotline and block your card via a mobile app if possible. Electronic pickpocketing. Modern technologies let us pay for our purchases with our cards or smartphones in just one touch. Scammers have special devices that help read information in your electronic wallet. Wow! They just have to touch your gadget or a credit card to get access to your e-wallet. Recently, there has been reported an alarming increase in this type of scam. What to do? It's recommended to buy a special wallet that offers scam protection. It's called an RFID wallet. You can also set a daily spending limit on your smartphone so you don't lose all your money in a few seconds. Free perfume samples. Well, you make your way out of a shopping mall when a pretty girl, usually stylishly dressed, comes up to you and asks if you would like a sample spray. She sprays the perfume on your wrist, you like its smell, and the woman wants to spray it on your neck. However, instead of your neck, she accidentally sprays the perfume in your eyes. You're blinded, and suddenly a man runs up to you and steals your wallet and bag. What to do? Keep in mind that these types of salespeople only work inside shopping malls. Try to avoid strangers' offers on the streets, even if they're really interesting. Free Wi-Fi. The Federal Trade Commission asks you to be careful when trying to access the Wi-Fi in public spots. This trick is extremely widespread, but some people still remain unaware of criminal schemes. Scammers create free networks with the name of the mall or hotel that you might try to connect to first. Sometimes such a network requires your personal data, so crooks get access to your personal or bank information and passwords. What to do? If you're in a public place, ask the help desk if they have any free Wi-Fi networks. If you really need access to the internet, it's better to go to a cafe or a restaurant and use reputable networks. And here's our bonus: a simple life hack against burglars. Burglars often pretend to be members of various services. For example, pest control services that come to inspect your house. In reality, they thoroughly look for different things that can be stolen later. What to do? Don't open the door if you're not expecting anyone to come over. If the members of a certain organization do come, you should call the company and clarify whether these people work there or not. And here's one simple but super effective life hack. Buy a police uniform and put it near your front door to deter burglars. And finally, a super duper simple hack to avoid getting ripped off electronically. Just use cash. That's too simple, isn't it? Just might work though. So, have you heard about new scams crooks employ to make you part with your money? Tell us in the comments below. And don't forget to click subscribe to stay on the bright side of life.